Good evening.
Evening. Ready for this test?
Well, so did you read it?
I read that. What was that?
Did you read question number one? I mean, number one.
Let me see really quick. Let me get in there.
Hi.
Hey there.
So question number one, this is why I was confused. It says you should take this quiz once before you meet with your group, and then a second time with your group.
Yeah, I was wondering what that even was about. I was like,
so I marked it false and then did the whole thing like it says to do, and it gave it, I got a 30 out of 31, but that was the one I missed.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hey, well, at least we have somebody. I always look through the quiz.
Exactly.
Before we meet, yeah. But I didn't catch that single line.
Yeah, I was like,
I just assumed it was like, I know it's my group.
Yeah, that's the one that that's why I emailed Professor Polson, because I was this, and then I was confused as to whether we were supposed to even meet or not.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, will you turn that light back on, please?
Has anybody taken the exam yet?
Really dark in here.
I have not. I'm going to be taking it tomorrow night.
I'm procrastinating till tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. I have to take it tomorrow because Thursday morning we're moving to Utah.
Well, it's due tomorrow anyway, I think.
Yeah, it is. Tomorrow night at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I plan on taking it at 7 tomorrow because I think we get 4 hours.
Yeah, they give you 4 hours.
Yeah,
it doesn't take 4 hours.
I'm sure it won't.
Yeah. How's the vision?
Getting gradually better. Like, it's really weird. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I swear I can see like 20/20, and then later on in the day I just see kind of worse, and so I'm not sure why or what's going on. So yeah, it kind of comes and goes for now.
I've never had it, so I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's weird because I was like, this morning when I woke up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can see, like, read everything 20/20. I was like, my vision's great. And then and then the afternoon, like after 1, I could not see like as well as I could, like I couldn't read stuff as well. So I was like, what did I do? but yeah, they told me that it would come and go. So
okay.
Yeah. Not gonna worry about it too much.
One of these days I'll get my eyes fixed, but my vision's too bad for LASIK, so I'm gonna have to have intraocular contact lenses, I think.
When's the last time you checked for your LASIK?
What was that?
When's the last time you checked for LASIK?
Like 3 or 4 years ago, but they have to shave off too much. My prescription's too bad.
Oh, what's your prescription?
Negative 11.5.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah. You only qualify if it's negative 10. Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh man.
So, but they can just cut open my eye and just put like a new lens in there, I think is what I've heard, and it should work.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that. Wow.
It's not cheap right now, so I'm waiting like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I actually got a really great deal on my eyes. Like, I'm not kidding. It was like less than $2,000.
Oh, nice.
I got it at LASIK Vision Institute and a Groupon. I'm not even kidding, but I looked her up, and she's done like over 40,000 procedures. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with this, and it was fine. She did like 6 before me. It was, that day even.
Yeah. That's those surgeons. My wife had knee surgery in December, and we were talking to the surgeon. He's like, "Yeah, I did 6 total hips yesterday, or 6 total knees. Sorry, total knees." And I was like, "Gotta be kidding me."
Yeah, it's so crazy how quick they are with this stuff. Like, yeah.
So were we just waiting for Greg then, or was it Caesar? I didn't catch who.
Craig. I think Caesar said he wasn't gonna come.
Oh, Caesar said he wasn't? Oh, okay.
Caesar said he wasn't gonna come, yeah.
He had plans.
Let's see. Yeah, I think Greg did. He was the one who asked, do we need to meet? I'll text him. Yeah, I think it was just Caesar who said that he couldn't meet.
Yeah.
Did you guys have everything all packed up, or are you gonna be packing up tonight and tomorrow?
Yeah, we got it like 75%. We haven't really packed my son's toys and most of his room in a closet, but everything else is packed, so
Okay.
we'll be good.
Are you guys doing it yourselves, or are you having other people help?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to do it ourselves because this company gave him an offer, but it was a great offer. Like we felt like we couldn't ask for relocation,
Gotcha.
like money. So we're like, so yeah, it would have cost us more than double if we hired movers to move all our stuff and set everything up. So we're like, rather just pay like $900 than $2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's hard when you're moving like out of state too, because like I talked to a few moving companies just to find out prices. And this guy told me, he's like, if anybody quotes you less than $2,300, then they're going to try and get more money out of you once they cross state lines. Like they're going to call you up and be like, I need more money or you're not getting your stuff. And I was like, oh, that's so like, I'm like, I don't want to worry about that.
Yeah, just do it yourselves.
Yeah, that actually happened when I sent my car from Washington to Nevada a few years ago. I got, like it was like $450 or something, this guy. And I just got, the best price. And this guy like wanted to charge more as soon as he got to Oregon. That's like, well, that's my car, So I was like, I better not risk it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should probably just get started and Greg can catch me once he hops on. All right. So.
Yeah, I don't know if he's even gonna go because he was asking if we would meet, and then he didn't say anything after that, right?
Yeah. So
if
he hops on. Otherwise, I can just post for the rest of us. We have it recorded.
Yeah.
All right. So rather than just reading the questions, should we just discuss them? Because there's like, how many are there? There 31. 31.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes pretty fast.
Okay. All right.
The first one I know is true now, not false.
Yes, you're with us. You know that one. So number 2, quantitative is countable and categorical is not.
Correct.
So randomly selected brands of toothpaste, would that be the only one that's categorical?
Yeah, the rest of them are numerical.
Okay. And then, so parameter is based off the population, right? And statistics are based off of a sample.
So
or am I getting this backwards? So
the result is a parameter, or the mean is a parameter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 112, which is your score, is a statistic. That's the output.
Okay, so 112 is the statistic, 100 is the parameter.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the only way to remember it.
I reviewed it, and I think it said that parameters have to deal with populations, whereas statistics deal with samples.
Right.
And so your mean is coming from the population, so
right.
it's the parameter. Okay. Oh, Greg is messaging. Oh. Let me see if I can.
Is he joining?
He's just trying to get on. I'm gonna just text him the link.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, great. I was just gonna forward him, but great, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll just text it to him so you can get that. Just wish there was
I think he's in a different group. That's why. You try to join just in the Hangouts group.
Oh,
Different.
gotcha. Hopefully you'll see that one. Maybe.
There he is.
Finally, it took like 10 minutes to get the right link.
Oh, glad you found us.
I was
Finally.
clicking on every one that we had used before, and I couldn't see you guys.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
All right, no worries. Sorry about that.
No worries. So we've already done questions 2 and 3.
Okay.
So with question 2, categorical things can't be counted, and so it's the randomly selected brand of toothpaste.
Right.
And then with question 3, parameters are derived from the population, whereas statistics come from the sample. So 100 is the parameter and 112 is the statistic.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Should we just go ahead and read the questions? That just keeps it more orderly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll read question 4. So Rotham City has 4 distinct neighborhoods. The property values are very similar within each neighborhood, but they vary considerably from neighborhood to neighborhood. One neighborhood has very low property taxes and another has extremely high property values. Property taxes are usually roughly proportional to their property values. What type of sample would we collect to gauge the residents' responses on a proposed increase in property taxes?
You want to do a simple random?
I think you probably want to do stratified sample.
Stratified.
Because you're going to want to get some from each neighborhood, whereas simple random, you might miss out on some neighborhoods.
And you might get all those.
Yeah. You might get really high or really low property values.
Right.
All right. So
And since you weren't doing it with a system or computer, it's not systemic.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I can read question 5. When design experiments are conducted in a public school system, researchers typically choose a particular district and randomly select teachers of, say, 4th grade students in that district. The experiment is then conducted using all the students in the selected classes. Which type of sampling scheme is implemented?
Sounds like cluster.
Yeah.
I'd say cluster.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take 6. At a school fundraiser, the name of every person who attended was entered into a drawing. At the end of the evening, 6 names were selected to receive door prizes. Which type of sampling scheme was implemented?
That'd be a simple random sample, right?
Yep.
Random.
All right, 7 is a special interest group is conducting a survey regarding wolves in Yellowstone National Park to adequately gauge opinions on both sides of the political spectrum. The researchers took the list of registered Democrats and selected a simple random sample of 100 people. Then they took a list of registered Republicans and selected a simple random sample of 100 people. Which type of sampling scheme was represented? And that's a stratified random sample.
Random, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I see that one as a stratified.
Yep, definitely. All right, question 8. This is based off a survey of purchases at the crossroads. So using software, calculate the mean of the amount spent, rounding to 3 decimals.
Rounding to 3.
Got it?
I'm getting 4.771.
That's it.
I kind of went through these earlier, but I definitely didn't round them to 3 decimals, so I don't know what.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like question 9 is calculate the standard deviation of the amount spent. I have it at 1.9, but I don't know what it is rounded out.
I have 1.912.
That's what it is.
Okay. And that one's just in Excel, that's just the equals STDEV, right?
Yes, that's what I did.
Yeah. I just didn't want to have to redo them and get this stupid decimal places all pointed out.
All right.
All right, so we're on 10.
Yeah.
Okay, start by creating a histogram of the amount spent in crossroads purchases. Then mark the following statement as true or false. I created a histogram representing the amount spent in crossroads purchases.
That's the easiest question.
Yeah, it's like just go to insert chart,
Right.
all charts,
Right.
and then box and whisker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a way to get on the histograms? Is there a way to get the mean standard deviation included in those charts? Do you know how?
I do not know how.
I've seen it done before. I don't know how to do it. All right. I'll read this next part. Jessica Muir and her research team measured the body temperatures of a sample of diving elephant seals. A thermistor was placed at a specific location on each seal to measure its body temperature. The body temperature of seals tends to decrease as they dive. The researchers estimated the typical body temperature of each seal as the time they initiate a dive and called this the representative temperature of the seal. Thermistors are placed in the hepatic sinus of 4 of the seals. Seals' body temperatures at the start of the dive was calculated to be. All right, so complete the following table and use your work to answer the next 4 questions. So question 11, what is the value of the number that goes in the position marked with an A in the table above? So it's just value minus sample minus mean?
Yeah, minus the mean. I'm getting negative 0.165.
It's negative 0.165, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose turn is that for 12?
Probably mine, my computer just died on.
Okay. Well, I will read for you. Or, well, if your computer died, do you need to wait us to wait for you?
No, because I have all
Okay.
the answers written down.
Yeah, you already submitted. You're doing it for credit now.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 12.
Question 12 is, what is the value of the number that goes in the position marked with a B in the table above? And that's 0.681.
Sweet.
Oh.
Sorry, I'll get to 13. My page just freaked out on me. Okay. So 13 is what quantity is equal to the sum of the numbers in the squared deviations column?
With the
And I
variance?
Is that variance?
I think.
That's what I got when I looked it up in the book.
Actually, I made a guess on this one because none of them actually fit, and I put none of these is correct, and that's the answer.
Okay, so none of these.
Yeah, it was like they kind of have a tiny piece of each,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
but none of them really nailed the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? And so I just said, you know what? Maybe it's one of those trick questions, and I went with it, and it was right.
Sheesh.
Nice.
I hope that's not on the test. I hope that's not one of those.
I know, because I was getting ready to choose the same one.
All
So
right.
normally you're just adding up. It's just the sum of all of that whole column is equal to the. Is that what the definition of variance is?
Well, it said when I looked it up, that like the sum of those gives rise to the variance.
Right.
That's what I got from that, and so just like the variance, so that sounded right, but apparently not.
It was partly true. So question 14, what is the standard deviation of these temperatures? Write our answers to 3 decimal places.
And I've got 0.715 on that.
Yep. All right. 15, under certain conditions, the standard deviation can be negative. That's false. Never can be negative.
All right, so there's 16. Dang it.
That's a long one.
In the same study, the researchers placed thermistors in the 3 seals near their spinal cord and brain in the extradural vein. They placed thermistors in 6 other seals in their aorta, the largest artery in the body. Finally, they placed thermistors in 4 other seals in their hepatic sinus. The results of this study are summarized in the table below. Which location resulted in the most consistent temperature measurements from one seal to another? I have hepatic sinus because it was the lowest. It was the small. Well, actually, extradural because it's
Extradural.
Yeah.
Standard deviation is the smallest.
I was really looking forward to you saying Starburst and Richard and Butler, Jonesy.
I'm not naming all the names here.
I was looking forward to it though.
Hopefully we're done with those questions.
All right. Number of hours students spent studying for an exam were recorded. The data are represented by the box plot below. Use this box plot to answer the next 2 questions. What is the third quartile?
8.
8?
Yep.
Yeah. What percentage of the data lies between 4 hours and 8 hours? Note, list the number as a percent and not a decimal. And don't include the percent sign. Okay.
50 with no percent sign? 50?
50%.
Correct.
Greg's turn again to read the big text.
Oh yeah, it's a big one.
Can't be.
I'll do it. An observation from a normally distributed population is considered unusual if it is more than 2 standard deviations away from the mean. There are several contaminants that can harm a city's water supply. Nitrate concentrations above 10 ppm are considered a health risk for infants less than 6 months of age. The city of Rexburg reports that the nitrate concentration in the city's drinking water supply is between 1.59 and 2.52 ppm. And values outside of this range are unusual. So you assume means equals -2, deviation equals 1.59, It's reasonable to assume the measured nitrate concentration is normally distributed. That's the biggest key. Estimate the mean of the measured nitrate concentration in Rexburg's drinking water.
And so that's you're just going to be adding like just those two up and then dividing it.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I got 2.055.
Yep, that's what I got.
Yep. I got 2.05, not the third 5.
Yeah, you got to take it all the way out. That's the third.
Yeah, it's annoying. All right. Estimate the standard deviation of the measured nitrate concentration in Rexburg's drinking water. Round to 3 decimals.
And I got 0.233 on that.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you guys putting this in your spreadsheet to get these, or are you guys calculating it out by long ways?
The way you calculate that standard deviation is that you know that the U is 2.055 because that's the population mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so you add that to one of the two values, either the 1.59 or the 2.52. And then you divide it by 2 to reach the whatever that little symbol is for standard deviation.
Okay. Gotcha.
With the algebra.
Gotcha.
All right. Between what two measured nitrate concentrations do approximately 68% of the values lie? And for that one, I got 1.823 and 2.288.
That's correct.
Okay. Just adding the standard deviation onto the mean.
Yep.
Both sides.
All right, question 22. The admissions committees for most Masters of Business Administration programs require the Graduate Management Admission Test as part of the application for new students. It has been shown that the scores of the GMAT are normally distributed with the mean of 542.3 and a standard deviation of 120.54. The minimum GMAT score required for admission to the MACC program is the School of Accountancy at BYU is 500, but it is rare for students with scores less than 600 to be admitted. What is the probability that a randomly selected student will score above a 542.3 on the GMAT?
It's 0.5, isn't it? Because that's
50%, right?
That's the mean.
Okay.
So 0.5, or do you do it as percentages?
It's 0.5 because the probabilities are always between 0 and 1.
Right. So that's it's in the middle.
Yeah. They come out as percentages, but you always represent them as decimals.
All right. Number 23, then what is the probability that a randomly selected student will score below 600 on the GMAT? I got 0.684.
Sweet. But I got 2.
0.684.
Next one's just the opposite of it.
30.316.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.316.
All right. Find the GMAT score that corresponds to the 10th percentile. Round to the nearest whole number.
When I was doing this one, I realized that my number lock wasn't on. I kept on trying to put the 0.1 at the top of the applet. It was breaking. I was like, what's going on? My daughter had hit the button, so it wasn't working. I got 387.768. Is that correct?
Round up is 388.
Oh, round to the nearest whole. Okay.
Yeah.
388.
I know that can be tricky. You got to read it.
Yep.
Get you with the second nearest decimal point or third and the whole number.
Yeah. And on the next one, because it's just on the other side, is 697.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I stole somebody's thunder for reading that question.
Oh, no, that's good.
There's a double.
Yeah.
That's all right. First quartile of the distribution of GMAT scores. Round to the nearest whole number. So first 25%.
Yeah.
So you just put in the applet 0.25.
Yeah, 0.25 on the area at the top.
Right.
And then you get the z-score at the bottom. And then you do math wizardry. And I got 462 when I did this originally. Is that right?
I got 461.
Oh, 461. Okay. So I rounded around.
Rounded to the 10th.
Okay. And then we will find the third quartile of the distribution of GMAT scores, so 75%. I got 624 on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Consider a simple random sample of n equals 15 students taking the GMAT. What is the mean of the distribution of sample mean scores for all such samples? Round to the nearest tenth, 1 decimal place. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So these ones we just do the square. You add in the square root of the n as a divisor on the whole thing.
Right.
So I got 542.3.
Right. Which is the mean.
That's the mean, right?
And that's what the answer is. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Duh. Sorry.
Yeah. Just an easier way to remember it.
That's an easier way to remember. Yeah.
For me, anyways.
You don't have to calculate it.
No, you don't. Okay. Sheesh.
Yeah. What is the standard deviation of the distribution of sample mean scores for all such samples?
So I got 31.123 on that one.
Yep.
The standard deviation divided by the square root of the sample.
Yep. So this one, the last one, this is the one that took me almost 20 minutes to do.
Okay.
So what is the probability that the sample mean score for an SRS of n equals 15 students? Hang on one sec. Grandkids. Will be greater than 600. So when I rounded, it says rounded to 3 decimal places. But it always came out 0.03. So I was always looking for something else, and it's 0.030.
Oh, it is? See, I got...
Oh, you just add the 0. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
Which didn't make any sense to me, but I guess that's what they're...
Yeah, that's what they're looking for.
So 0.30.
0.030.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get it to round out to anything else. I kept trying and trying and trying. It went out. You have to go up 7 decimal places before it actually will move up.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So I guess that's one of those stupid idiosyncrasies of this program.
Sorry guys, my computer just went out, so I had to log back in. I didn't save question 8 apparently. We got
question 8 is
4.771.
Yeah, 4.771.
1. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'll submit. Okay, so I have a question, guys. So our teacher says that we only have to meet once a week. Does that mean if I don't meet on Thursday that I won't get credit, or in case I can?
So I think he's meaning that the group itself only has to meet once a week.
As long as you do both quizzes.
Oh, if you do both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, we have to meet for all the quizzes.
Okay.
We can get together earlier in the week and do them all at the same time, but as long as we cover both of them, that's all he cares about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, darn, too bad Caesar's not here, because I would ask if you guys could do it tomorrow night.
You're moving, huh?
Yeah, Thursday. And so I don't know where I'm gonna be because the time zone. We plan on like stopping because we're moving from Southern California. We plan on stopping probably in St. George, and it's gonna probably be like really close with the time.
So I can meet anytime on Thursday evening if we need to meet later.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Do you just want to message us at 8:30 or later when you're able to meet, and I can arrange the hangout on air?
Yeah, that would be great. Or I could just message you a little bit early and say, hey, I'm like half an hour away from the hotel or something. I'll be there soon.
Yeah. As long as it's after 8:30 so that everybody can be here, I think we should be fine.
Okay, thank you. Awesome.
No worries.
Cool.
All right, I'll get it posted, guys.
All right, thanks.
All right, good luck on your exams.
Yeah,
You too.
Have you taken it already, Scott?
No, I'm getting scared to be honest with you.
Just make sure to read thoroughly. Make sure.
Well, that's what, on all these other questions, that's what hung me up. The 10th, the whole number, da 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 da.
Oh.
I get going too fast.
Well, good luck, everybody. Hopefully, kind of good on the other side.
All righty.
See you Thursday.
All righty.
Okay. Bye.